Buongiorno. We will today mostly do the work that we, that originally we planned last week, but we had Easter holiday. So today you will work in teams, and before you start working, I will give you an overview of the whole course again, just to know what we are doing now and what will be done in the next couple of weeks. And I will be very precise on the work that I expect you to do today. And Selena and I will be here to help you. And tomorrow morning you have to deliver some work. So everything you have to deliver tomorrow morning you have to do today. Today and tomorrow morning we will work on co-design, so this is the continuation of 2 weeks ago. And then tomorrow afternoon we will start working on envisioning, which means I will give you again explanations of different techniques and how to develop your vision on new services. And you will work on that end of tomorrow afternoon and the whole of Wednesday. Selena will be here the full Wednesday, right? It's mainly work, and in between we will have presentations and lectures. So just again, what we did. We started to talk about culture and cultural variation. Last time when we met, April 18 and 19, we started on co-design, but we didn't have too much time to work on that. So today and tomorrow we will work on co-design again. And hopefully each of you, each team made an appointment with their client. Because I think you have to work with your client today. And actually when you talk to your client, you might want to make an appointment for Wednesday again, because on Wednesday we will be working on envisioning. And envisioning again means being with your client, sitting around the table and working together. And then in the middle of May we will work on prototyping, which means we are going to actually build some kind of services. And then at the end of May you will actually all be testing your prototype, testing your ideas and improving. And then mid-June there will be implementation, which means that you will finalize the design, and then on June 27 you will present as teams, and this is your examination. Your examination as a team is presentation. Also you should understand that your individual part of the course, the individual marks you will get, are affected by your individual presentation. So this means tomorrow from each team I expect 3 different presentations by 3 different people. And 2 weeks from now this will be the same but 3 other people. So everybody will have a chance to present several times. And you should do that, because if you don't present, I cannot mark your individual work. It's obvious, right? So each of you will have a turn. And please, as a team, you should support each other. So if somebody has to present, the whole team should help. It's an individual presentation, but it's based on teamwork. So if you are a good team, you make sure everybody has a good presentation by helping each other. Okay? So this is once again the course, and the red mark indicates what we are going to do today and tomorrow morning. Okay? So far we did actually a lot of things. We did a content analysis, which means we all described as teams the business of our client. And we identified already all the people around your client's business, like the customers, the stakeholders, professionals, the staff. So everybody around the business of your client, you have been identifying and describing. And if you are not completely happy with your description, you still have chance, obviously, to improve that, because context analysis will be part of your final document. So if your presentation in that respect was not complete, be smart and improve it now, because you are talking again and again to your client, so you will have a chance to get a better idea maybe. So continue to improve this. What we did so far also was a cultural analysis. We tried to describe the culture of your client's business, but you also tried already, at least some of the groups have shown this in the presentation, you all should now have analyzed and described the culture of the customers of your client, the culture of the people your client is working with. So it's the culture of your client and it's the culture of the people your client is providing services for. So if you are working for the car rental, it's the culture of your car rental company, and it's the different cultures of the people that rent cars at that company, people that might be from different countries. Right? So a cultural analysis includes the business and the different stakeholders and clients, customers of the business. Okay? And cultural analysis is 1, 2, 3. One is the values, so this is Hofstede's dimensions of values, and we have all studied them. Secondly is language, but language is not only English or French or Italian. Language is also symbols, words, colors. It's any representation that has a meaning. This is all part of language. And aesthetics. What is considered understandable, nice to look at, interesting, and kind of common in the culture of your client, and what is aesthetically acceptable for the customers of your client. Okay, so this all is culture, and you should by now have a good overview of the cultural aspects, these 3 cultural aspects of your client's business and the people your client is trying to provide services to. Okay? And some groups did a nice presentation already on this, and some groups had not too much in their presentation. Those groups should improve and collect information and make sure it's in your final report. Okay? If there are questions, ask. Clear? So, what should we know after today? Well, some things are black. Black meaning by now you should know. So, the current situation of your client, you should know the business, and you should know the recipients, the different people related to the business, and you should know already the cultural aspects and the language aspects of all recipients. This is what we did before. Now we are going to collect more information, and this is the red. So we are going to find out what are things your client would like to improve. What are things that could be done better? What are services that are not provided yet, but your client wants to provide them? So the red says needs and problems. So things that you could help your client by designing it. Okay? So this is maybe the first step that you now should find out and get very clearly written out. What does your client need? What are things that don't work? What are things that he would like to increase in his business with? And in relation to that, what kind of recipients are available, and how? So co-design means work together with everybody you can get hold of, all people relevant for the business of your client. So find the recipients you can talk to. Maybe at the car rental there's people who want to rent the car that you are allowed to talk to. Maybe at the bed and breakfast there are people who sometimes visit the bed and breakfast. And if it's not a customer of your bed and breakfast, you might find somebody who is a customer of a hotel or of another bed and breakfast. Or the same is for car rentals, somebody who rents a car somewhere else. This is still the type of customers that your client is working for. And you have to find out how to collaborate with these people, which techniques to use. And I'm going to show you once again, very briefly, the techniques that you can use here to collaborate with the different people involved. And finally, I hope that at the end of the day or tomorrow morning you will have the first global ideas of what to redesign. Ideas with the client. You might remember some of you in your presentations 2 weeks ago also already presented things you wanted to change. I told you this is too early. Now I would like you to come up with things that you and your client want to change. So ideas that are not just your ideas, but ideas that you share with your client. Ideas that your client agrees, this should be nice, this should be an improvement of my business. Okay? So it's very important to work with your client and maybe his customers or his staff members or whatever. Because only if your client and his recipients agree, the service might make sense. Otherwise it's your idea, but if the client doesn't want it, well, that doesn't help anyone. So we develop together with the client. We are talking about co-design. Okay? And thirdly, I want you to provide a competitor analysis. And competitor analysis, I talked about it last 2 weeks, I think. I will talk about it again now, but competitor analysis means analyzing other businesses that are like your client's business. But I will talk about it later on.